Good morning, everybody. Welcome to session number 939. It's a nice Monday morning. A lot of you preparing for work, etc. And yet here on the call, it's very nice of you to be there. And the possibility of being a part of an interesting and useful session. So whatever we did yesterday, right? And we did a lot yesterday. Anybody wants to share some insights of some realization, some new actions happened because of what we did yesterday? Let's get the ball rolling. And welcome to you, Shamita. Nice to see you here.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. So I hope you guys heard my question. Kuldeep ji, good morning. Nice to see you too.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So what we did yesterday in the session, what was the impact of that? What did you realize from that? And what actions showed up because of that?
Sir, I have realized that I have become more conscious to what I am saying to myself.
Okay, very nice.
And that made a difference in the sense that whatever I thought, whatever I put into my mind is a conscious effort. It is not without any attention.
And what does that make possible?
That make possible that my thinking was controlled and it was pleasant.
Yeah, we can say it another way also, that you were able to put your attention where it is required rather than just going here and there everywhere.
Well said, yes.
All right, beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing that. Okay, someone else. What we did yesterday. Come on, quickly, guys. Don't tell me you've forgotten everything already. Okay, Neeti, can you quickly summarize what we did yesterday?
Sir, I wasn't there yesterday.
Huh?
I wasn't there yesterday.
You were not there yesterday?
No, sir, I wasn't there.
Oh, all right. Who else was there? Reddy Garu, were you there?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you always got your notes ready, right?
Yes, sir. But my camera is not working, but I can explain.
Never mind. Go ahead.
We talked about lies.
What the lies that we tell ourselves, yeah.
Yeah, that we tell to ourselves. That's what we discussed, sir.
Right. So what did you also realized a few things yesterday, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Would you care to share with people? How does that have an impact?
Yes, sir. Always I was thinking that I can't do it. And now I'm in positive way. Yes, I can do it. I have the power to do it.
All right. Good. Thanks. Yes, Ruchi.
So, sir, my lies are becoming a predominant factor of my life and default. So I was avoiding it, and I was just trying to not to see my lies rather than just being into it. So it's a constant struggle or contradiction that okay, that is the workshop ho gaya, abhi reality yahi hai. Jo lie hai, this is your reality. Your lies are your truth. So it's just, but there's a little bit of comfort in my ease in myself, because at least I'm present to, because of the workshop, I'm just being in the energy space, consciousness clearing. But yes, in the morning again, I woke up and I said, nahi, ye to gadbad ho jayegi. I woke up, my husband was reading a file and I said, I complained about something which is not even existing, because I'm not able to, since yesterday I was practicing to be truthful to me rather than the lies. So in the morning, I woke up and I said something in a one sentence, which is totally, to prove validity of my life. Lies are the truth of my life.
Hmm.
This
Okay.
is I'm honestly sharing.
Okay, good. I'm glad you realize it. All right. Thank you very much. Yes, Shakti.
Yes, sir. For me, yesterday I was in this question. Most of the time, I'm lying to myself. That was the realization, sir. Whatever it's happened, if I don't want to do that, just okay, this is the reason I don't want to do this. Just I'm giving the reasons. I'm moving forward. Most of the times, it's happening, sir.
And whether the reasons are true or not.
No, that's not true. That's that's not true.
Okay. And you must be noticing what it is costing you in life, right?
Exactly, sir.
All right. Very nice. All right. Somebody else? What are do you remember the lies that you've been telling yourself? See, these are a part of our self-defeating behavior. Okay. This is how, we'll take one step forward and two step backward when we lie to ourselves.
Sir, I realize one thing, that if I don't lie to myself, I feel more free and set free.
If you don't lie to yourself, you feel free. Wonderful. All right. Anybody else? I'm spending some time on it, guys, because this has a very profound effect on life and what we are able to do, what we are not doing, and the reality that we keep on reinforcing. You start telling a lie, then you start believing the lie, and then you think that the lie is the truth, and then you become a victim of that lie.
Yeah.
And then you say that my life is not going anywhere. It's almost like I'm making myself feel, I'm very safe by telling lie to myself. You know? This is the ostrich attitude, bury your head in the sand. Anybody else beginning to realize how we lie to ourselves and what is the impact of that on ourselves? All right, so enough about that. Now let's talk about another thing that we very, 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 very automatically do. Right? Whenever something happens, whenever something says something to us, we will automatically interpret it. Interpret. So how do you understand the word interpret? What is an interpretation?
What meaning I'm giving to it?
What meaning I am giving to it?
Yes.
All right. So our reaction, our response to what is happening or what someone is saying, is it connected to what they are saying or doing, or is it connected to how you are interpreting it?
Uh,
People got the question. Are you reacting to your interpretation or are you reacting to what the other person said or did? Yes, Reddy Garu.
Most of the time, we are reacting to our interpretation, sir. Is
Right.
what we understood.
Yeah, just check how many. I mean, we guys are stuck in so many situations, and we are stuck with so many people. And you will notice that there is a particular way in which we are interpreting it. Okay. If you interpret it in one way, that will upset you, disempower you. If you interpret it in another way, it will empower you, make you feel good, and give you openings for possibility. Okay. Think on that for a moment. If you, most of the time, when a situation is disempowering you, what type of interpretation are you having that makes you feel disempowered? What type of an interpretation normally disempowers you? Yes, Niti ji.
So fear, loss of control.
Fear is not an interpretation, Niti. It is a result. It's a reaction to the interpretation that you have.
That the situation is against me. The situation is not in my control and I cannot do anything to improve it.
Yes, and kind of judgment about the situation,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And that's the interpretation you have.
yes,
This
sir.
is dangerous, this is bad, this will harm me.
And the extreme negative that it can go to.
Yeah. So it could be one interpretation or a set of interpretations,
Yes.
right? It is
Yes.
not empowering you to take action, is it?
Hmm.
Or even if you do, it would be a fight action or a flight action, any one of the two, right? It's not going to be a reaction where you say, okay, what else is possible now? You will not be looking at that situation and saying, okay, so what's in it for me now? You will not look at it and say, okay, what is this? What can I do with it? Can I change it? If so, I can. How can I change it? Would you say that? No, you won't. Now, so thank you very much for sharing that, Niti. So one type of interpretation that she talked about, if you want, you can call it negative interpretation. Yeah, it's one kind of interpretation. It gives you a kind of result, whether you want that result or not. And have you noticed another thing, guys? We have a tendency to label our interpretation as the truth. हम अपने क्या बोलते हैं कहानी को या अपने तात्पर्य को सच का दर्जा देते हैं. We are so rigid in believing that what I am interpreting is the truth.
Yeah.
So I sometimes wonder, why are we, first of all, interpreting it in that particular manner? And then having done so, and you know that this interpretation is not helping me. So, what should I say, determined that this is the truth. Why are we stuck to being so right about it? So let's say a situation happens, you are targeting something, the target did not get achieved. And your interpretation is, I failed. Again. And the bigger interpretation comes, see, this proves that I'm a bloody useless failure. Why would you like to interpret it that way? And why would you be wanting to be so right about it? जो मैं सोच रहा हूं वही सही है. Because of my interpretations, my life is, horrible. It's not moving, but I want to be right about it. यही है मेरी जिंदगी. Ask yourself, interpretation is interpretation, it's not the truth. But our problem is, we think that my interpretation is the truth. Just like my judgment is the truth. हमको लगता है. नहीं, मेरी interpretation है, गलत कैसे हो सकती है? How can it be wrong? Yes, Reddy Garu.
But we always justify that your thought process is right and that's the reality. You think that is the reality. That's why you always interpret it like that.
So you keep on finding evidence to prove yourself right.
Right. Yes, sir.
Anna?
Yes, sir.
So doesn't the ego come in between?
Listen, if you talk about ego, now I'll tell everybody, I will ask you to explain what is the ego. What is ego?
What you are saying is correct. I am always correct. That's
That you
cannot
want
be
to bring
wrong.
it. Okay, you want to call that as an ego. Okay.
Sir,
I mean, you want to keep on believing that whatever I think is right, whatever I
Yes.
interpret is right, even though it's screwing up my life, I'm going to believe it's right. I am right. I am right. I am right.
can I say something?
Definitely, sir.
Ego, in my opinion, is the attachment to your wrong image, attachment to your false image.
To your point of view.
Yes.
Yes.
Your image is nothing but your point of view, na?
Yes,
Yes.
and that may not be true always. That may be false.
Yeah. But we are so holding on to it. For us, it becomes the truth, na?
And I think why we wanted to be truth, that feeling gives us more, that we are more powerful. We are great.
But actually, we are not, no?
We are not. Yes.
Actually, it's the opposite of that.
Yes, sir.
I am right makes me feel powerful. You're right. People think like that.
Yes.
Yes, Niti. Remember presumptive reality? Yeah, go ahead.
So the space that our comfort zone occupies within our minds is so vast. When we consent to our fears and our judgments, that comfort zone gets even more far powerful, and we feel, yes, we've taken the right decision.
Yeah, even though the so-called comfort zone is making us miserable, and
Yes,
we are feeling, and
but it's a very vast, it's a very vast space within us.
Yeah, I like that. Because I am right about my suffering. You know, I'm very comfortable with my suffering. And have
I'm
you
not
noticed-
comfortable, but then I am right because this is how it happens.
ऐसा ही है.
And
As I
that
said.
vastness grows even more. It becomes even vast, bigger than that.
So true, right? And then you make it more viable. You know, you say, नहीं, देखा ऐसे ही होता है. मेरी जिंदगी में तो ऐसा ही होता है. मैं तो मीना कुमारी ही हूँ. है ना?
Meena Kumari without the pay.
Without the
Pay, without the income of a movie making.
without the money.
Yeah.
अगर पैसे मिल रहे होते ना मीना कुमारी बनने के तो रुचि तो मल्टी मिलियनर होती थी. है ना रुचि? फिर तो तुम अरबपति बन जाती थी.
मीना कुमारी का अभी हायर वर्जन है ना, मनी कॉन्वर्सेशन भी आ गया अभी.
So coming back to the topic is, listen, as human beings, we will interpret everything. That is our way of trying to understand it. Okay. And I remember telling you on a number of occasions, what is the process of understanding? You take some input. Now I'm talking to you like scientists like Kuldeep ji would say, right? There is an input which you're observing, right? It could be taken as a new data and then explored accordingly. Okay. If there is something new which you classify as unknown, you'll really go deep into it to find out what it is. Correct? But if you take some input and compare it with something which you already know,
These days we call it analysis.
But you understand, most of what we call understanding is you listen to something, you see something, and you take it, you want to fit it to what you already know, and you call that as understanding. Okay. Now, I'm suggesting that maybe a part of our way of understanding things is to interpret it in a particular way. So now it's understandable. Yeah. This is my interpretation. I look at the data and I interpret it in a certain way. So it is understandable to me. See, what I've been looking into for so many years is that why is it that people interpret things which do not empower them? Automatic tendency. You have a disempowering interpretation. You understand? Disempowering?
Oh, yes.
Automatically. We will not see something and immediately automatically say have an empowering one. Wow, ये तो बहुत अच्छा है. नहीं, we will look at it and say, oh, hi, ये तो बहुत बुरा है. Yes, Kuldeep.
Sir, since you mentioned about the scientist, I just want to share a thought.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when a scientist makes a discovery, he also makes a hypothesis. Hypothesis means that I think that this happens this way, but
Right.
subject to experimentally proved to be correct.
Yeah.
This is what is inherent in a hypothesis, and that makes a difference between what we say that we are right and what a true scientist says what is right. He doesn't say what is right. He always say, I think it happens this way, but it is subjected, experimented to be proved correct. That's what I want to say.
You're very right about that. Also, if you remember the Heisenberg principle,
Yes,
you remember the Heisenberg? Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Particle is a
Yes.
particle or a wave depending on how it is being observed. Okay. So if you have a hypothesis, it might influence the way you're observing also, no? But anyway, this is not about that. What I'm basically trying to say here is, and thank you very much for explaining that. Even there, the scientist is more rational than we are. Obviously, that is why he's called a scientist, na? He says, okay, I think it means like this. We'll say, no, I know it is like this. So like somebody is a little bit harsh to you, according to you. Thodi unchi awaaz mein bola, you will call it harsh. You will call it rude. Both of them are interpretations, okay? In fact, all your judgments are only interpretations. It tedi tarike se, this fellow, why has he smiled at me in this crooked way? Even to a smile, we will give interpretation. This is a sarcastic smile. He is smiling because he wants to insult me. वैसे तो smile करता नहीं है.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? A simple gesture. Like I used to make a gesture and I think I've stopped making it because when I make that gesture, my wife gets very angry with me. Like when I'm driving, I'm listening to music and she will suddenly ask me, and it's a beautiful piece of music, I want to hear it. So she starts talking something, I'll do like this, wait. And it's very annoying for them.
That is a gesture, sir?
They are interpreting it in their way. I do not know what. I haven't asked. But it's just a gesture. Abhi ruk jao yaar, 1 minute. That's why I'm making the gesture. But if it is interpreted in a particular way, it can annoy somebody. Na? Like I know a lot of people that if they are in a conversation, okay? In a conversation, they just want to go on telling their point of view. If anybody tries to discuss that point of view with them, they get annoyed. Right? You are in a conversation for clarity and somebody is discussing with you, but your interpretation is कि ये मेरी बात को काट रहा है, then will you get upset or no?
Yeah.
You could interpret it and say, okay, let us have a conversation and find out more about this. Then you'll not be upset about it. Right? But if you have an interpretation कि ये मेरी बात को काट रहा है, like I know a lot of very silly sales people, you know, when the customer is asking too many questions, their interpretation is कि this fellow does not want to buy my product, so he's just turcawing me and he's just, you know, pushing me away. But the truth of the matter, if somebody is asking more questions, is probably that he wants to genuinely know more so that he can buy your product. Okay, it's all interpretation. Our problem is we are looking for the right interpretation. Which is the right one? I have got monopoly. मेरे पास ना monopoly है. My interpretation is only the right one. Even though it makes me upset, even though it makes me angry, I would like to hold on to my interpretation. What's the point? So I invite you guys to look into situations where you are stuck with people or just in certain type of situations. See, there is a situation. I've got X amount of money right now. Okay. I've got X amount of money right now. How would you be interpreting it?
I have enough to last me for a month.
Yeah, that's way of. Therefore, I have just enough to last me for a month. Therefore, what will I do?
I will use it carefully.
Yeah, and deny myself many things which I might be desiring.
Yes.
And it makes logical sense for me to desire it. Right? Because I don't have enough. It could also, you could also interpret it a different way, right? Any ideas? How could you interpret it? And put your focus on that instead of, see, your interpretation is, I have to conserve it. What can be another interpretation? Come on, guys. Start thinking.
So my interpretation is that I will just keep it aside and उसको भी नहीं बढ़ाना, so that you know it will not spend away.
हाँ, वही same thing. हसीना जी भी तो वही बोल रही है.
So it's a different form, but the same thing.
हाँ, it's the same thing, na? So I'm saying, what other interpretation could you make up? See, first you're saying, yes, Babu, go ahead. Good to see you.
The statement is that I have certain amount of money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the interpretation I have is great that I have certain amount of money and it is last for my generation and I will grow it more and more and I can fulfill all my desires and wishes with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll multiply it.
Yeah.
So that is interpretation of mine with the statement.
Yeah. I mean, I'm imagining that you have enough money in your bank, right? Hasina ji and Ruchi ji are talking about that they don't have enough money in the bank. They've got a limited amount.
So
yeah. So when you have a limited amount of money in the bank, what are the different interpretations you could have? So one of them is the kind which Richi and Hasina ji had. What could be the other one? Okay, Reddy Garu's got something. So let's listen to him. What is this noise?
I need to make more money, sir.
Yeah, I'll focus on earning more money.
Money.
Right? You simply say, okay, very good. My basic needs are taken care of. Yeah. So what else is possible? How do I generate more money? See, in the first interpretation, we are cutting out the possibility that we can earn more money. See, it's disempowering. See, you're thinking, okay, itna hi hai, khatam ho jayega, bacha ke rakho, ye hai, wo hai, right? On the other side, you're saying, okay, good, my basic needs are taken care of. Now, what action is possible so that I can earn more money? What should I do to get more money? If you put your focus over there, what do you think will happen? Think.
Think of possibilities of making money.
Yeah. But what is stopping you is your interpretation, na? Behind that, it is not enough. Bacha ke rakho. There is an interpretation that I cannot have enough. No?
But that depends on whether you are still earning or not.
Yeah, so what? Why does it depend? See, there is another interpretation about that also. I am
Because
retired now.
if you are using it from your savings, you have to think the way I think.
Yeah, because that interpretation is never going to make you think even I can earn money if I want to.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Right,
Somewhere
right.
you have an interpretation about retirement.
Right.
So your mind is saying, okay, I cannot earn money, so I have to live only on what I have.
Right.
There are a lot of people who can earn money, but they are not earning it or not earning it sufficient. What interpretation they might be having? We can call it a point of view also if you want. What point of view do I have? That's not allowing me to move forward and keeping me stuck where I am.
I would think at this juncture, there is no capability for it.
Well, who knows? If you've decided it isn't. See, it's another judgment and conclusion that you made. Person like you, whose house is so near a school, how much money you can earn, do you know?
Yeah.
Think. Okay, are you guys hearing my conversation?
Yes.
All right, very good. Any comments from you, Apollo, Captain Chintil, Rajat?
No, sir, I am interpreting myself.
Yeah, what are you interpreting?
Because that means it is important to whether glass is empty or whether glass is full.
हाँ, तो वो आपकी interpretation होगी ना, खाली है या full है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my question is, कि what are you interpreting in your life today, which is not empowering you, and instead of empowering you, it is keeping you limited and stuck. वो आपको discourage कर रहा है.
Right.
एक interpretation आपको प्रेरित कर सकता है, दूसरा interpretation आपको, बिल्कुल निराश कर सकता है.
सोचना पड़ेगा सर.
मगर है तो मेरा ही interpretation ना.
Yes, sir.
भगवान ने आके तो नहीं बताया कि ये सच है. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
अगर ये मैं ही कह रहा हूं कि ये मेरे बस का नहीं है, तो मैं और क्या बोल सकता हूं अपने आप को? I am the one who is saying not possible, right? So why am I saying something which is going to make me limited and discouraged? After all, it is only an interpretation.
Yes, I am in my false belief.
सच्चाई तो नहीं है, इतना तो हम समझ रहे हैं.
Right.
Yes, Gautam ji.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
A very good topic. And in interpretation is varies time to time or change. With me, sometimes I found that is not a good time for me. Immediately after when you think everything is going smooth or everything is changing, it is okay. Like that. How to prevent that situation, the negative interpretation? That is, time is not good, and everything happening against me or my will. How I can control that? I can see.
Of course, you can control it. See, what is happening is at that moment that thought has got you under its control. But whose thought is it?
My thought.
Right. So can you not change the thought? You can say, shut up. See, sometimes, these thoughts, they become like they are holding you in place.
Thank you.
You
Thank
feel
you
we
very
are not in control of our thoughts. वो problem होता है. Okay, now look at specific things. What are you So look at yourself and ask yourself, what is my point of view which is holding me back? What is my interpretation that's holding me back? Yes, Vibhuti.
Sir, when it comes to money, so when I see that a person is earning good amount of money or they're exceptionally good, the first thought which comes in my mind is, oh, they are selfish, that's why they are making money.
So that interpretation or that judgment that you have, or that point of view that you have about money, will it open doors for you to earn more money?
No.
वो जो विचार आपका है या interpretation, right?
Hmm.
So what will it take for you to drop it? So what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to be able to drop all my, disempowering points of view about money? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Because the main thing to realize is it is only a point of view. It is only an interpretation. It is not the truth. For a long time, it was believed that, the sun is a solid object. Now they know it's not so solid. Scientists will tell you that nothing is solid. An atom is also not solid. But it looks solid, no?
Right.
So it's useful to start noticing what our stuck points of view are. Okay. That is why techniques like doing access bars, they free you up from your stuck points of view. And some of our interpretation is so solid, we don't even know that we have it. All right. I mean, what Vibhuti said is something she's aware of. Okay. कि बहुत पैसा वाला कोई है तो हम सोचते हैं कि ये सेल्फिश खुदगर्ज इंसान है. And there'll be something more connected. मुझे खुदगर्ज नहीं बनना. I don't want to be selfish. Being selfish is bad.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Therefore,
that's what I had.
Yeah, for a long time I had an interpretation which was not my own. It was planted. Right? कि rich people जो है they become wayward. हिंदी में क्या बोलेंगे? अमीर लोग अय्याश हो जाते हैं.
Yes.
If somebody was going in a Mercedes, our days, there must be Chevrolet car, Look at this fellow flaunting his wealth, showing off to people how superior he is. So many interpretations. No, I should be humble and austere. I should only travel in economy class.
Yes.
3 टायर में ट्रैवल करेंगे, एसी में नहीं करेंगे. वो सेल्फिश होता है. है ना? जिंदगी के सफर में खुशी खुशी हम जी सकते हैं, कंफर्ट से जी सकते हैं। नहीं, मुझे तो संघर्ष चाहिए, मुझे तो दुख चाहिए, नहीं तो जिंदगी का मजा क्या है? दुख नहीं होएगा तो, स्ट्रगल नहीं होएगा तो, झगड़ा लड़ाई नहीं होएगा तो. So one person told me, sir, life is an adventure, no? I'm having adventure. Then I say, okay, then don't complain about it, na? If you're enjoying the adventure which you are creating, you know now why we call it that everything, reality is created by you? We say na, that we are the ones who are creating our reality. We are creating our reality with our interpretations and our point of view. And we believe it so strongly कि नहीं यही सच है, this is the truth. So we will live in a reality which we don't like very much. We have only created it. And then we will say कि I am not able to change it. Give me some jadoo ki dandi so I can change it. All right, everybody, close your eyes for a few minutes. So look at all your interpretations, look at all your points of view that are keeping you stuck where you are. And start to imagine a world and what that world would look like if you stop having your current interpretation, or if you give up your very strongly held point of view. When you give up your strongly held point of view created by your interpretations, what is the new world that will show up for you? What will become possible for you? What are your desires that will get fulfilled? Which one is more important? Your desires getting fulfilled or you being right about your point of view? Which is better for you, to keep on holding to your point of view or allowing your desires to be fulfilled? The more you are dropping your rigidly held points of view, the more you are making yourself open to receive the abundance of the universe. So will you allow the universe to contribute to you? When you drop your point of view, you may start receiving many very, very happy surprises in your life. So what are those happy surprises that you'd like to have in your life? What are the miracles that you'd like to receive? A miracle would be when you get something which you thought was impossible for you. So what are your desires that will get fulfilled if you drop your rigidly held points of view? If you drop your disempowering interpretations. All right, you can open your eyes now. And if you feel like saying something, raise your hand and I'll ask you to speak and share with the group. Yes, Neeti.
Yes, sir. Through this exercise and through the entire session today, what I was experiencing was my comfort zone was weighing heavily. Like you have this graphic of Hercules with the world on the map.
Yeah.
That is what my comfort zone has been weighing on me today in the session.
Okay.
And the restricted thinking and feeling, and the moment I am correcting myself mentally, I am seeing the vastness of it, and I'm seeing so much of light and energy in my thoughts itself.
Yeah. And does it allow for possibilities to show up in your life now?
Yes, possibilities will come, and there is no harm in taking the stance that I would like to, or I want to.
Which you have not been taking till now.
Yes, yes.
All right, very nice. Thank you very much for sharing it. See, it's a great possibility because you can then start, working towards fulfilling your desires. Ultimately, that's what everybody wants, right? What do we want? A life of ease, a life of joy, a life of glory, and everything that we desire. Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right, somebody else. Anything you want to communicate to the group right now? Yes, Vibhuti.
So it was like the moment I dropped all those point of views and everything, there was a life which emerged exactly the people I try to keep away from my life. So, like, if a rich person is having a certain kind of a lifestyle, I resent that right now because of my point of views that they are selfish people, they are spending so much of money. But when I drop those point of views, I see myself living that life. So
Yes.
somewhere I got to know that might be there is a jealousy factor within me which does not allow me to release those point of views because I want to judge them and keep on judging them so that I don't have to leave my comfort zone.
Yes, very nice. Good insight. And it frees you now for what?
Yeah, it felt very light, sir.
Yeah, and you have the freedom to open
Make
your
those
arms and
changes. Yes, yes, to receive.
yeah, godzillion amount of money.
Yes, yes. And it felt very light, very light.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Who else? So what, the rest of you went off to sleep in the exercise or what?
Opening the eyes, new boundaries, breaking the fence, recharging ourselves.
Recharging yourself.
Yes, sir.
Recharging means what? Opening up new possibilities, expanding your horizons.
New thoughts, new
Yep.
ways.
Exactly. So what is the stuckness you have now that does not allow you to open your mouth and speak? Yes, Kuldeep ji.
Sir, insight came into my mind that we always say that think before you speak. And I think we should go one step further. Think before you think.
And then speak.
And then speak.
Because when you think before you think, you will be aware of what is the interpretation behind whatever you're thinking.
Yes, yes, same thing.
And how automatically we do that, without even thinking.
Yes, sir.
Automatically kind of interpretation comes,
Yes, sir.
which drives us to a particular direction which we may not like also, but we'll go there.
Correct.
तो क्या करूं यार, मेरी गाड़ी ले जा रही है वहां, मुझे जाना ही पड़ेगा.
जी जी जी.
Right, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, who else? Come on, guys. Ask yourself this question, that you may have a thought or something, and you can contribute by sharing it with this group, but you are a selfish fellow, not wanting to open your mouth and speak. Right? Because your image is more important to you. Come on, guys. Say something. It's supposed to be a conversation, isn't it? Okay. Samita, let's hear the sound of your voice.
Yes, sir.
Bolo.
Sir, I think after doing bar, all of my interesting point of views are now fading and changing. So
Okay.
I'm in a transitioning position. Now I don't have clear vision what I'm going to be. But before that, I was stuck also in that point of view that only people born with good luck, only people born with good resources are not stuck in life. I'm stuck because of luck, because of resources. That kind of point of just kind of interpretation.
Okay, so what will it take for your money reality to change? And anything that is stopping that, are you willing to destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all 9 shorts, boys, poets and beyond. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
There
Yes,
is
sir.
something needs to happen in your money reality. So what is the interpretation or point of view is not allowing your money reality to change? Ask that question. What is going on that my money reality is not changing?
Yes.
So whatever I'm doing in my mind that's not allowing my money reality to change, will I destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, night shots, boys, poets, and beyond. See, we are not always aware of what interpretation we have or points of view that we have. We may not be aware. Okay, but there is something always. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Who else?
So Babu.
Yes, Babu sir. Colonel sir, बताइए.
So while doing the exercise, while in the journey of 2 minutes, one realized that one has an interpretation that when I speak something with respect to money or something like that, people will think I'm selfish, I have an inner motive, and I have ulterior motive. So, and they may not respond the way I want them to, or they may interpret differently. But that is my interpretation.
Right.
So the next stage is the next action is that I should leave this interpretation and just talk what I intend to talk or what I feel like talk about the money reality and to them, so that whatever they may interpret, it may be like even if 100 out of 100, even if 1% accepts that point of view, I'll be benefited. That will be a plus bonus for me. That will be addition to me. So I have like decided that. Yeah.
So it's very interesting, no, Babu. I used to have this thing. लोग सोचेंगे इसको क्या मतलब है?
Yes.
What is his bloody agenda? Everybody has a bloody agenda, yaar.
Yeah.
Is there somebody in your life who does not want something from you?
No, sir. Even kids and wife and near and dear have agendas.
Yeah. Obviously.
We have agenda when we talk to them.
Yeah, you don't give them attention for 2 days and see what will happen.
Sir.
See, everybody has a motive here. So somewhere we have made this, is very thing. I always have it. नहीं इसको क्या मतलब है? इसको ना अपना उल्लू सीधा करने का. But everybody has a motive here. You show me one person who doesn't have a motive. And here we are carrying this point of view. Having a motive is bad. No. मतलब मैं ना आपके लिए सॉफ्टवेयर फ्री में बना के दे दूंगा. अब लो तो सही मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर, वो फ्री वाले भी नहीं आएंगे, क्योंकि पैसा मांगना बुरी बात है ना. After all, it is an open, what is that called? Open architecture, whatever. So it should be free. Then you should go and tell your sabzi wala also, भैया खाना सबका birthright है, free में दे दो सब्जी. डॉक्टर को भी बोल देना सर फ्री में इलाज कर दो. All the chemist shop should put a board, from now on everything is free, take it. Then you can do everything free for others. When you start getting everything free. But have you noticed this very funny, peculiar attitude we have? I must get things for free, right? But I must charge money for what I want. But because I think that I must get things for free, then I'm feeling little shy about charging money for what I want also. See how we are victims of our points of view. All right, we are going beyond time. Hasina ji, how about some nice shairi before we conclude today's session? Well, Babu, if you
Sir,
all
1
have
minute.
shairi, we are happy. Hasina ji, please go ahead.
Yeah, what? Sir, 1 minute.
अब तो कैमरा ही बंद हो गया आपका जब हम बोले
हाँ
शायरी.
तो मैंने बंद किया था. Because I was running for my water.
Oh, okay. Chalo, we'll have somebody do the shairi, then you can say after that.
Yes, yes.
Kuldeep ji, you first. You are the eldest one. Promoter साहब को पहले बोल देने दो, वैसे भी सीनियर हैं आपसे.
सर कहा है एक लाइटर मोड में.
हाँ जी बताइए.
कि वक्त रहता नहीं कहीं पर टिक के.
वक्त रहता नहीं कहीं भी टिक के. ओके.
आदत इसकी भी आदमी जैसी है.
ओके.
इतना ही है सर.
आदत इसकी भी आदमी जैसी है, वक्त कहीं टिकता नहीं.
आदत इसकी भी आदमी जैसी है.
It's just like a human being. It doesn't stay stuck somewhere. All right.
अगर हम टिक के रहें, एक लर्निंग को लेके उस पर टिक के रहें तो फ्रूट्स आएंगे जरूर, लेकिन वैसा होता नहीं.
हम लोग टिक टॉक करते रहते.
हाँ सर.
यस बाबू साहब, कर्नल साहब बताइए.
Yeah, so it goes like this, sir. हमने लाख समझाया कि यूं न मिलो गैरों से, राइट? हमने लाख समझाया कि यूं न मिलो गैरों से, वो हंस के कहने लगी तुम भी तो पहले गैर थे.
वाह वाह वाह. Translate that, Babu.
So it goes like this. I started telling her that please don't talk to strangers, and she replied back smiling that at some point of time you were also stranger.
Come again, please. First, come again the lines.
Hindi में?
Hindi, yes.
Hindi में, okay. So it goes like this. हमने लाख समझाया कि यूं न मिलो गैरों से strangers, right?
Yeah.
Don't put the strangers, right? हमने लाख समझाया कि यूं न मिलो गैरों से, वो हंस के कहने लगी तुम भी तो पहले गैर थे.
Yes, very nice.
तुम भी पहले गैर थे.
Okay.
All right, Hasina ji, over to you.
जिंदगी मुझको सारे गम सुनाकर गुड़गुड़ाती रही. मैं कमबख्त इसको सारे गम समझकर कोसता रहा.
Ma'am, repetition once again.
जिंदगी मुझको सारे गम सुनाकर गुड़गुड़ाती रही. मैं कमबख्त उसे सारे गम समझकर कोसता रहा।
Great.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Kunen, over to you, sir. आज आप गाना गा के बताएंगे शेर। वेरी गुड।
ये वेंकटेश साहब गुनगुना रहे हैं पीछे से।
ओह,
बहुत शुक्रिया जनाब, थैंक यू सो मच, वेरी इंसाइटफुल सेशन। आई वाज थिंकिंग थ्रू। सो शायरी जो याद आ रही है सर के पुराना शेर है, लेकिन फिलहाल इस वक्त याद आ रहा है कि कटेंगे पर मेरे फिर भी मेरी परवाज बोलेगी, कटेंगे पर मेरे फिर भी मेरी परवाज बोलेगी, मेरी खामोशियों में भी मेरी आवाज बोलेगी, खामोशियों में भी मेरी आवाज बोलेगी। अर्ज किया है कि कहाँ तक तुम मिटाओगे मेरी हस्ती मेरा जज्बा, कहाँ तक तुम मिटाओगे मेरी हस्ती मेरा जज्बा, ये मिट्टी जर्रे जर्रे से मुझे जांबाज बोलेगी, जर्रे जर्रे से मुझे जांबाज बोलेगी।
wow. All right. Thank you, everybody. And well, I hope you found the session useful and interesting.
Very good.
And we will see you tomorrow morning once again for another empowering morning conversation. Bye-bye. God bless you.
God bless everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Bye.